Hello guys, and welcome to a new tutorial. This tutorial will be an introduction to Xcode, the IDE that we will be working to develop applications. So before we start, I just want you to remember three things about Objective-C. The first one is about creating a method. So to create a method in Objective-C, you use this form: the method name in the middle and the return type between brackets, and then the arguments at the end, and don't forget the brackets and this minus or negative sign. Next is how to call your instance. So if you have, let's say, a class rectangle and you created an instance rect, so between these two square brackets you put the name here rect and the method name like set width and colon, then you assign a value here which is, let's say, 5, and that's it for calling a method. And the third point is accessing objects. All objects will be accessed via a dot. So if we have like a rectangle, dot width to modify its width and equals to 40. Now welcome to Xcode. Just one thing about Xcode is the views. Everything related to our development will be all about views. So what is a view? Okay, let me show you a preview here. So this is my iPhone. If I enter the settings application, I'll get this view. This is called a view. If I pressed on general, I will get another view. If I pressed on about, this is a third view. So these are views in your iPhone. So we have 3 views here, and let's continue. Okay, so these are the views. Each view consists of 3 classes: the .h file, the .m file, and the xib file, or it's also called the nib file. And of course you know about the .h and .m, but the .xib or the nib file is responsible for the interface. Okay, one more thing. You know that in our C or C++ programming we use the function main for our first for calling our method, the main one. And here in Objective-C it's called viewDidLoad. So instead of the main, it is viewDidLoad. Now let's move to the types of applications. For your iPhone there are many types of applications, and this is the first type, the most common for single view application. It's called a single view application because it consists of one view. So this is the whole application, just a one view. So this is an example. It's called the love meter. You enter the guy's name, the girl's name, and then you press on calculate, and the percentage will appear here. So this is pretty much the single view application, and this is commonly used for simple applications. The next one is the utility application. It's the same as the single view. Well, it's not a single view, it's a double view, but the main application is on one view, and if you press the info button here, another view will be shown, and this second view will be showing the developer name or some information about the development itself, so about your application, sorry. So it may be an explanation of how to use your application. This is the utility application. Now the third one is most common for books and stories. If you want to make some interactive stories, you can use this page-based application, so you can flip pages within your application. Now let's move to the next one, which is a tabbed application. The tabbed application, as it's shown from its name and the bar here, this is a tab bar, and each item, we call it an item, each item will be responsible for a certain view. So if I press the word clock, I will get this view. If I pressed alarm, I will get the second view. Same applies to stopwatch or timer. Each one will have a different view. So if I want to create 4 views, I create a tab bar with 4 different items. Now another type is the master detail application, which is pretty much used and obvious on the iPad. When you open an application or start an application, you have 2 views. Well, actually you see one, but it's 2. This is the left one and the right one. The left one is the master view, which is responsible for determining this detail view. So if I press the first one here, if I select the BU faculties, I will get this view. If I pressed on, let's say, GPA calculator, this master view will remain the same, but the detail view will become different. So this is called the master detail application. Now another type is the OpenGL game, and from its name it's for creating games. We will not handle this type of application so in this series of tutorials. And the last type is the empty application. So if you want to create any empty application or start your application from scratch, all what you have to do is to create an empty application. And this type of application will be used when you start Xcode and you want to choose your type of application. Now this is Xcode, and I just want to tell you that the left part is where your classes are, and whenever you want to add any image or any audio file or anything to your application, you insert it here in the left part. The middle part is for your code and for the interface. The debugger area here is for when you run your application, you want to debug for errors, or if you printed anything using NSLog, you will get it here. The right part is consists of 2 parts, the upper one and the lower one. The lower one is for the drag and drop menu, and we will be showing you all the drag and drop items. And the upper part is for the properties of your library, let's say. So if I want to so if I want to pick to modify properties for a button, let's say, you will be modifying it in this upper right area. So let's start Xcode and show you how does it work. So this is Xcode, and we press on create a new Xcode project, and here are all the available items: single view applications, page-based application, OpenGL game, master detail application, tabbed application, utility application, and empty application. And you are now familiar with all of these. If you didn't get these, well, you have to choose iOS applications and you will get them. So our first application will be a single view application, and we will name it, let's say, hello world, and just press next and create. And for this tutorial I will be so don't get scared. On the left you have hello world, you choose viewcontroller.xib, and here's your interface. So you just choose viewcontroller.xib, and these are the files, the .h, .m, and .xib for your view controller, which is the main thing that we will be working on. And here's your library. So let's just drag a label and place it here. Double click to modify its content and type anything you want, hello world. And if you can notice these blue lines, these are guidelines that helps to position your items here or objects in a good way. So let's just press on the run button and check the result. So here's my iPhone and it says hello world. So this is our first application, and this will be all for this tutorial. We'll be continuing in the next tutorial, creating some more interactive applications, and hope you like this tutorial, and see you soon.